수요일날 6시 18분이 지나고 있습니다. 오후 제가 소요산공원에 가서 좀 늦게 출발해서 점심을 먹고 출발해서 조금 전에 갔다 왔는데, 영어신문 스크랩 준비를 하고, 저녁밥 먹기 전에 세상의 책들 독서를 좀 하겠습니다. Presentation secret. Unbeatable advice. Real-world example of script and slides and little-known tips on design and delivery. However, I think that by banning animation altogether, we are missing many opportunities to improve our presentation. The retirement challenge. Part of this includes maintaining friendships even during the times when you don't feel like getting out of bed and opening the curtain to let in the sun. The power of 4. Know yourself, know your friends, know the enemy, lead the way. How? The only obvious answer is by example. 12.5. It was still more efficient than the alternative. Creating health. The flow of intelligence has stopped at the way station. Smarter the world. Fitness rarely comes into being instantaneously. Trading in the zone. Master the market with competence, discipline, and winning attitudes. I don't know how many people would walk across a narrow bridge with no guardrails, where the ground is a mile down, but my guess is relatively few. The unseen body. The same histological blueprint of our own bodies is the model we use to craft protection from the elements, always building in our own biological image. Get off our butt. Sensory acuity. The following physical cues telegraph your internal emotional condition. Flashy skin. The more red the skin, specifically in the face, the more uncomfortable, fearful, embarrassed, or sexually nervous we feel. How to develop superpower memory, enjoy a better social life. If, after making sure of the spelling, you realize that the name is the same or similar to that of a friend or relative of yours, mention that fact. Becoming a doctor. Whoever she is on any particular day, a stage in control that goes for her own behavior and for everyone else's too. Secrets of the money lab. Profit from motives beyond the money. Identity, your passport to success. I am aware that I was lucky, for the ways in which my identity was different from others was not a source of pain for me, as it can often be for others. Perfect praises for obedience letters. Please plan to meet Friday at. Control your destiny or someone else at the will. Face the reality as it is, not as it was or as you wish it were. Thank you notes. Neighbors with swimming pools who put up signs that say, "We don't swim in your toilet. Don't pee in our pool." Pretty clever, but that's not going to stop me. When I go looking for potential leaders, I use what I call the FCs. Character. Good character makes trust possible. Bulletproof for the diet. Work out less and gain more muscle. I did get stronger and faster, but not the sinner. Why now is the time to crush it, cash in on your passion. Follow me. Keep viewers apprised of your tweets and status update. Managing your mouth. Let's assume that you are applying for a position as a sales representative. The worst thing you can be is a liar. A cultural guide to Korea as told by students. This is a great reason for them to enjoy themselves by going to movie theaters, amusement parks, and etc. with their friends before it is too late. The education of millionaires. I couldn't figure out why I wasn't successful. The approach is secondary. When you feel like you are delivering, that's the most exciting part. Illuminate, spreading the word. Be willing to put your face forward, open your eyes and ears, and especially your mind, and consider the validity of observations even if you don't immediately agree. Be open, courageous, and allow for a beginner's mind. How to make anyone fall in love with you. Gentlemen, for you the reverse is true. Public speaking, participate. Flip chart are most useful in an interactive format such as a brainstorming session or business meeting, and may not be the best choice during a classroom presentation. Secrets of the millionaire mind. Why? Because you will be tracking your net worth. Then create a simple chart that begins with 0 and ends with whatever your net worth objective is. Persuasive business proposals. This is also an important exercise if you are running a proposal operation and have more requests for support than you can realistically meet. Digital transformation survive and thrive in an era of mass extinction. The platform already covers more than 2 gigawatts of installed capacity, and by 2020 will cover more than 25 gigawatts, making it one of the largest AI deployments in the world for renewable energy management. Hire and keep the best people. Assume the best of intention. Misunderstandings, conflict, and frictions are normal and natural elements of the human condition, especially when very different people with extremely complex lives are working together for many hours in a small space like an office environment. 10 favorite Cetus SR22s. Our pick of the best mouse and retro piece. Managing your stakeholders, the power of collective ambition, a different degree of experience. Contact us today to see how you can join business leaders like Eric. Becoming. I said yes because I loved him and had faith in what he could do. The craft of research. A top-based outline consists of just nouns or phrases. Leadership blind spot. We researched a cross-section of leaders and found that those who dealt more satisfactorily with these defining moments were those who recognized the need to take time out to learn through their values. We can best illustrate this through an example. The logic of life. At the same time, these digital channels make it easier to meet new people, to maintain old relationships, and to arrange to meet. Smarter living. Invest. Now sit down with your partner so that each of you can write down 5 things you want more of during sex with your partner. The Type E woman. The Type E woman. In this way, Type E women are developmentally conditioned to say yes to the requests and the demands of others. The seat at the table. I've spent the majority of this chapter discussing the why of focus. The formula to achieve bigger goals through accelerating teamwork. Kay did take some solace in the idea that she had the inside information that Dr. W would not be able to access, since the K wasn't going to share it with Dr. W. Brand sense. A visible enemy gives people an opportunity to show up their colors and align themselves with the team or player they most strongly identify with, who may in some cases be the underdog. Communication in international business, the secret of excellent interpersonal skills. Express your hope that a solution can be found. Closing the innovation gap, planning for growth. The same is true of diversity of nascent project in a company that is seeking to survive in changing economic condition. Nascent. Playing to win. How strategy really works. Manage what matters. These management systems are needed to complete the strategic choice cascade, and ensure effective action throughout the organization. Cascade. The fire starter session. Learn the healing. Sometimes it's a positive big real. You are touching people's lives in that low-paying 9-to-5 job. The story of you. Many young sixes won't express their fears and worries overtly, and instead simply prepare carefully for what they think might happen. Simple. Conquering the crisis of complexity. Where do we go from here? Social media empowers simplifiers. A little simplification would be the first step toward rational living, I think. You are stronger than you think, tapping into the secret of emotionally resilient people. But at this point in time, as would have paid handsomely for the ability to produce a deep, full-chested cope. 100 Simple Secrets of Happy People. In 1980, one of the tribe's leaders acquired a television. Miracle Morning. On the other side of the next 30 days is you becoming the person you needed to be to create everything you've ever wanted for your life. First, break all the rules. While figures like this can feel a little too precise, Dr. B's general point is nevertheless well taken. The exact length of time will vary by person and profession, but whether you are a teacher, a nurse, a salesperson, an engineer, a pilot, a waiter, or a neurosurgeon, it will take years to become the world's best. How to make more time to enjoy your family. Make the decision to let everything you buy replace or displace something you already have. Are you fully charged? What is the most meaningful thing you have done in the last month? A team cannot share values if the values have not been shared with the team. Guided to investing. System management. It is difficult to separate the systems because they are independent. Med school confidential. The truth is, what you need to know is all in your head, but it's organized differently. 10 rules for managing global innovation. Also essential is developing analytics tools that focus on business outcome and that are relevant and easy to use for everyone from the C-suite to the front line. A good night's sleep. Continuous positive airway pressure generally lead to a great improvement in the amount of time spent in restorative deep sleep, which in turn lead to improved alertness the next day. We have a deal. Before we do that, we need to explore in a bit more detail the complexities and realities of power and how we can start to think about it a bit differently. Built to serve. These examples, along with many others, remind us the human spirit is an extraordinarily powerful resource. Noise. In the next year, will any country withdraw from the Eurozone? Your next 5 moves. If you are not able to raise money, how would you make your business idea work? Stress management. How to manage stress in any situation. This was the largest single cause of lost productivity. Secrets of great rainmakers. Always change the ground rules of the RFQ and do so in ways that are legitimately helpful to the customer. The Leader's Guide to Influence. How to use soft skills to get hard results. Of course, our colleague didn't think he was a problem at all. How to be useful, and I don't think it had anything to do with creativity. Maybe you should talk to someone. About halfway through my traineeship, I got into a conversation with my hairstylist about the therapy. $1 million consulting. This is usually a full vice president. Everyone else in a bank is an assistant vice president, a title apparently given out in lieu of raises in a department such as personal banking, professional lending, or the like. In and out of the burger, although many years had passed, the two still shared many interests. How to make money in the stocks. There is a picture in the post section called Your Weekly Review. Outside the box. A 1991 German law mandated that retailers accept used packaging from customers and return it to manufacturers for recycling. The ecological purpose was sensible enough, but the burden of compliance stood to be much higher for importers selling only small quantities in Germany than for firms emphasizing the German market. The 100 Simple Secrets of Successful People. If we don't show students an example, they won't dream of careers in science or anything else. Invisible influence. the hidden forces that shape the behavior. This negative reaction fits with everything we've talked about regarding uniqueness. The third door. As much as Elliot's guidance had helped, 20 minutes on the phone with him was nothing compared to 20 years of living with my mom. Getting things done. How do you prevent broken agreement with yourself? If the negative feelings come from broken agreements, you have three options for dealing with them and eliminating the negative consequences. Complete the agreement. Rich brother, rich sister. He often mentions how non-military religious and educational leaders used wars to counter military leaders' use of weapons. Strengths the finder. You look for ways to challenge them. Commencement. So, what are the doctors saying? B had asked. Absolutely the best book ever written, Warren Buffett's investment method. Let's say that instead of paying $24 million or 12.5 times earning for Company A, you paid $59 million or 30 times the Company A's year one earnings of $1.9 million. The wealthy bubble. When those questions are answered, the vast majority of people, with the exception of some high-level executives, will recognize the need to do at least a moderate amount of supplementary saving for retirement, even those with a generous pension program. Now build a greater business. Your aim should be to get your customers selling for you. The power of body language. Stage 3. Building rapport. 5 minutes and beyond. The first impression is based on our biological hardwiring to assess and categorize. We are collecting information to see how this person fits with us in the largest social network. A proven system to simplify your life, double your productivity, and achieve all your goals. Achieve financial independence. Salt is the original source of all wealth, all success, all material gain, all great discoveries and invention, and of all achievement. Salt is the original source of all wealth. The 6 most important decisions you'll ever make. About half of teens who had sex wished they would have waited. Flipping burgers to flipping millions. This, of course, does not take into account property taxes, regular maintenance, improvements and upgrade, and monthly expenses such as utilities. Inspired destiny. Sure, that makes sense. The secret life of the grown-up brain. the surprising talents of the middle-aged mind. You have to multitask. You have to do a lot of different things at the same time, and there is an insistence to it all, to it all. Being the boss. Do you let people know when they are in trouble and help them improve? Don't play games by telling her she's in trouble only after you've concluded she must leave. Flight to the plan, the real secret of success. Be prepared to pay the full price of success in advance. In advance. The geography of thought, how Asians and Westerners think differently and why. The differences in the two instances toward contradiction have some interesting consequences for reasoning in many domains. Rippling. It was then she told him that parts of his family were Jewish and killed during the war. Get up to speed with online marketing. Create credibility on LinkedIn. How to take your business networking online. LinkedIn is more of a professional than a social network, which makes it ideal for business. How to see what others miss and predict the future. Branded utility. For the first time, the trends were broken down into 5 categories: culture and consumer behavior, marketing and social media, economics and entrepreneurship, technology and design, and media education. Find your happiness. Find your purpose at work, at play, and through volunteering. If I must have chocolate, I make sure I have to walk to the store, preferably through rain or snow, to get my candy fix. Managing online forums. If it was more serious and much of the post was a mess, tell them that it would probably be better if they started from scratch. Everyday fishy and the seafood. Simmer gently for 2 minutes. The 6 most important decisions you'll ever make. I have not had the worries that many of my friends and peers have had about pregnancy and disease. The art of talking to anyone. Thanks for your time. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Learn. Life's greatest lessons are gained from our losses. If you want to succeed in life, you can't give up. Infographics for dummies. Build your design using wire frames, wood balls, and graphic design tool. Just click individual symbols to add them to your palette. How women rise. The best way to handle a person like that is to say you are sorry. She's disappointed, and then immediately and very firmly move on. Fire, fire and fury. At some point that afternoon, Trump told his daughter and son-in-law about his plan. breaking the habits of being yourself, how to lose your mind and create a new one. Wisdom is accumulated knowledge. Accumulated knowledge that has been gained through repeated experience. The no-cry sleep solution for toddlers and preschoolers. Others, though, find it too difficult to separate yes night from no nights. Currency wars, the making of the next global crisis. These attempted manipulation have their absurd side, as with the praise green shoot at a time when America was losing millions of jobs. Outsmart your brain. You may have immediately recognized your feelings about social media in the distinction between enjoying and wanting. Switch. How to change things when change is hard. They don't look like burning platform situation where we need people to buckle down and execute a hard but well understood game plan. Start your own business. But overall, asking for this information will be valuable. No person can get very far in life working 40 hours a week. Digital Darwinism. This, of course, drive people back to the store again and perhaps even gets them socializing with other people who also like shopping there. Think like the Amazon. What would an operating system in your industry look like? During the 1990s, it teamed up with the Dutch electronics giant Philips to perfect the compact disc media format, but that was probably the peak. Talk like the TED. Novelty recognition is a hardwired survival tool all humans share. Don't sweat the small stuff at work. So, starting today, think of someone you'd like to make feel better and enjoy your rewards. Winning the customer. I absolutely knew this, and I didn't pretend otherwise. Everything you need to be happy is inside of you. Wired and dangerous. Getting real feedback real time. Start with viewing it like that marriage enrichment exercise as a valuable tool for insight that can clear potential blind spot and update understanding of the needs, expectation, issues, and hopes of ever-changing customers. How to live on 24 hours a day. The reflective mood. The blue way. How to profit by investing in a better world. To meet this need, you say more than you think. A 7-day plan for using the new body language that to get one you want. I was not surprised when moments later the president threw a penny on the table and said, body mind, body body, mind. And she did. Every woman's kind to put pain relief. Is your pain in the same area? Zilch. How biddings and not-for-profits can get more bang with less of the buck. They provide the context for the company and this the operation. The end of old age. But after a few hours, he had no interest in answering my phoning question any further. Phoning question. The new basics of marketing, lessons from Anne's playbook. When the activist marched to the front of the auditorium pathway, YouTube secret. People have been collaborating on YouTube since the beginning. How children succeed, grit, and when a creativity. It was in these buildings that S's dream of a powerhouse of ideas was to be realized. Pros and cons. Possible motion. The House believed that blood sports legalized barbarism. 21 powerful ways to transform your business and boost your profit quickly. What are your core function? Mind power. The world's leading expert on mind and memory training. How to remember anything with the least effort. The 360 degrees leader, developing your influence from anywhere in the organization. How do you gauge your relational currency with co-workers? Now panic and the freak out. I've read about foreign policy and studied. I know the number of continents. Your handwriting can change your life. It reflects our willingness to give our unique gift, the breadth of creative expression in service to others. Comprehensive curriculum. Chinese cabbage. What makes your brain happy and why you should do the opposite. A study titled The Hidden Structure of Over-Imitation and the proceeding of the National Academy of Sciences focused on that last point. 6 of 1. and half a dozen of the other. It makes no difference how you approach it. It's all one and the same. 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. Lend me your ears, great speeches in history. I dream of a Pakistan in which women contribute to their full potential. The man who lied to his laptop. A second group of participants were invited to vent. What they teach you at Harvard Business School. He had weathered a recession around the world in 80 trades. Well, okay, well, how about you split the difference, $4,500? When markets collide, little did I know that the next few months would see a parade of executives from Europe and the United States traveling to Asia and the Middle East to raise capital for their struggling companies. Everything on it, holding. We can't hold hands. Someone might see. Won't you please hold closer with me? Uncontrolled risk. Once again, F was at war with the market. Lies my teacher told me, but always our motives were good. Your internet cash machine. Guest expert J believes in entertaining his viewers. More games to play with the toddlers. Show your toddler how to hit at the balloons. Get rich with the apps, first of all. The inevitable, the draw.in. Are you smart enough to work at Google? It has the same impact on the odds of the temptation box. Life code, the new rules for winning in the real world. A main tenet of the new life code is this: there is absolutely there to win. The fact remains. Billion a bailout nation. How greed and money corrupted Wall Street and shook the world economy. Bernanke and Paulson soldiered on. Be a sheltered superstar. 21 great ways to sell more, faster, easier in time market. Build your sales presentation around these values and emphasize what the customer gets versus what he or she pays. Sleep smarter. There are few things most intimate in life than sharing a sleeping space with someone else. Summary of 12 rules for life, an antidote to chaos. They have a different view of their action and their impacts in the future. Discover your strengths. Others will think, act, and talk less efficiently than you do. Pay attention. Sometimes their detours will lead to discoveries and delight. Positive thinking. If you don't make a fuss,